evening, our beloved viewers. You are watching on Live RTT channel. Welcome to this English news edition. Here are the major stories. The arrival of the head of state in Addis Ababa for 39 African Union Summit. The minister praised UFPA initiatives to promote qualified journalism. For the international scene, the Israeli escalation in the West Bank, a wave of Arab and international condemnations. Those were the highlights. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, arrived from Addis Ababa to take part in the 39th Ordinary Summit of the African Union and Second Italy-Africa Summit. The African Union Summit will focus on water, sanitation, climate resilience, peace, security, and regional integration, particularly through the African Continental Free Trade Area. Issues related to climate financing and Africa's role within G20 will also be discussed. The President will also have participated in the Italy-Africa Summit to review projects under the plan and strengthen cooperation between Italy and Africa partners. He is accompanied by a high-level delegation, including the Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Ambassador of Djibouti to Ethiopia and Africa Union. And at At the heart of Ali Sabih region, the locality of Ali Adde came alive with exceptional popular enthusiasm during a large-scale support ceremony dedicated to the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margili. This event, carefully prepared by the local population and was strategically organized to coincide with the National Solidarity Week, creating a symbolic synergy between citizens' engagement and the government action. Upon her arrival, the Minister of Social Affairs and Solidarity, Ms. Ulufa Ismail Abdu, was warmly welcomed with honors by regional authorities and the population of Ali Adde sub-prefecture. The minister responded positively to the initiative and the invitation of the population. The Community Development Center served as a gathering point for this mobilization and was largely achieved in an atmosphere of joy. The entire community, driven by the energy of youth and the unwavering commitment of women, expressed its gratitude through patriotic songs and powerful speeches reaffirming full support for the vision of the head of the state. This popular reorganization stem from the concrete transformation carried out by Djiboutian Social Development Agency under the Minister of Social Affairs and Solidarity, the National Union of Djiboutian Women. This achievement marks a historic turning point for the area. In terms of infrastructure, the locality now has a modern school complex, including a middle school, high school, and a staff housing, while access to healthcare and has been transformed through the full renovation and equipment of the health center. And now the speeches, the voice of community leaders arose clearly, and a local elected official and a respected region elders reaffirmed their common position, total support for the national political vision, and full commitment to continue development under the leadership of the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margili. Both leaders emphasized that the future of Ali Adde is linked to stability at the highest level for the states. And now the member of parliament, following the local leaders, made a speech in which he said that Ali Adde, a member of parliament from the Ali Sabih region, addressed the gathering. Their message went beyond local issues and took on a national dimension, confirming that Asajog region remained a stronghold of loyalty to the head of the state. The MP is first praised the cohesion between elected official and local notables, stressing that this unity is the engine of the regional development. And now the certificate gift praise the ceremony conclude with a certificate gift with the unwavering and awarding of a certificate to women is commitment and active groups involved in the program. The gift were also present to the Minister of Social Affairs and Solidarity, Ms. Ulufa Ismail Abdul. On the sidelines of the ceremony, the minister was invited by women of Ali Adde sub-prefecture to a traditional gathering and prayer session. international news, a closing workshop on the non-communicable disease project. The National Social Security Fund, in collaboration with the Global Health Unit, organized this morning at Ayla Grand Hotel the closing ceremony of the workshop for the project on combating non-communicable disease. The ceremony was held in the presence of the Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Roble Abdili, the Minister of Higher Education and Researches, and the Director General of the CNSS, Deqa Ahmed Roble, alongside health sector officials and technical partners of the programs. This workshop marks the completion of a 3 years partners and partnership aim at strengthening the capacity of Djibouti's health system in the prevention, diagnosis, and mechanism of non-communicable disease, particularly diabetes, hypertension, and certain condition of a disease. Thanks to this program, hundreds of health professionals benefit from specialized training and both in person and through learning platform, contributing to a significant improvement in skills and better access to essential medicines.
And then access to treatments, access to medicines is also very important. And how do we improve that? And the commitment of your ministries here and of your social security system to really look at this and make a difference and build from within is highly commendable. And it's really a pleasure to see. We visited lots of facilities yesterday, and I was humbled by the work that is being done and the quality and the speed that has happened. 3 years ago, Madam Director General, we met in Paris, and this was our first project we signed as a global health unit to work within ministries and work within social security systems to improve the health of the population.
In her address, the Director General of the CNSS, Deqa Ahmed, emphasized the importance of this strategy partnership with the Global Health Unit, which has helped to significantly strengthen the capacity of health professionals and improve the management of non-communicable disease in Djibouti, she said. This closing ceremony highlights the achievement of the project and reaffirms the commitment of CNSS and its partners to continue their effort toward more effective and sustainable management of non-communicable disease in Djibouti, she concluded. For his part, the Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Roble Abdili, said and recalled that the fight against non-communicable disease is a national priority in light of a growing prevalence of diabetes, hypertension, and cardiovascular disease, and praised the concrete result achieved through this program. Thanks to this program, hundreds of health professionals will benefit from specialized training, both in person and learning platform, contributing to a significant improvement in skill and better access to these essential medicines, conclude the minister. And now the National Djibouti and Ethiopia Conference debate in Samara. In Samara, Ethiopia, Afro-culture was in the spotlight this Tuesday. The Sultan Hamfare Ali Mirah Conference Center hosted a regional conference debate dedicated to Afro-cultural heritage, with a particular focus on the process of inscribing the Matqa Afar on UNESCO's representative list on intangible cultural heritage of humanity. The ceremony was attended by high political and traditional authorities from the Horn of Africa, including the President of Afro-regional states of Ethiopia, Awal Arba, the Ethiopian Minister of Sport and Culture, Nafisa and as well as numbers of traditional chiefs, elders, experts, and intellectuals from Djibouti, Ethiopia, and Eritrea. A large Djiboutian delegation took part in the event led by Secretary General of the Prime Minister's Office and President of the National Committee for the Supervision of Madqa Afar, Naguib Abdullah, campaigned by the Minister of Environment and Sustainable Development, Mohammed Abdul Qadir Musa Halam, also representing the Minister of Youth and Culture, Djiboutian parliamentarians and Ambassador Mohammed Ali Isse were also present. The morning was marked by a highly symbolic cultural ceremony pointing by traditional song and dances illustrating the deep attachment of Afar communities to Matqa, an ancestral system of governance based on mediation, social cohesion, and community peace. Several official speeches followed, notably by Naguib Abdullah Kamil and Minister of Environment Mohammed Abdul Qadir Musa Halam, the Sultan Ali Mirah, and also calling for the preservation and transmission of this intangible heritage in the face of contemporary transformation. The meeting concluded with a presentation led by Afar elders and notables, highlighting the historical and social depth of Madqa, as well as the urgency of international recognition in a context where traditional transmission mechanisms are weakening. And now time for the speeches. The president of the regional Afar regional state, Awal Arba, made a speech on this occasion. Let's follow for more detail.
It's a tremendous honor and a profound pleasure for me to be with you today at this important conference dedicated to cultural in general, and more specifically to the inscriptions of Mad'a Afar on UNESCO's representatives list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity. On this occasion, allow me to extend a warm welcome to our Djiboutian brothers and sisters represented at this important meeting by a high-level official delegation led by Mr. Naguib Abdullah Kamil, Secretary General of the Prime Minister's Offices and Chairman of the Technical Committee for the Supervision and Coordination of Mad'a Afar. I also acknowledge the presence of Mr. Mohammed Abdul Qadir Musa, Minister of the Environment, the honorable members of Parliament who are part of the delegation, and His Excellency Mr. Mohammed Ali Ise, Ambassador of the Republic of Djibouti to Sana'a. Their presence here today testifies to the importance the Republic of Djibouti attaches to this historic initiative. The inscription of the Mad'a Afar is in reality a noble and bold initiative by the Republic of Djibouti, which has made a solemn commitment to lay the foundations for a harmonized Afar customary law involving all stakeholders in this process, namely Djibouti, Eritrea, and Ethiopia. The visit of our Djiboutian brothers to Samra, the capital of the Afar regional state, clearly illustrates their ambition and firm determination to unite all Afar people around the common goal to preserve, safeguard, and promote our cultural heritage in all its richness and diversity, and to act in concert to obtain international recognition of Afar customary law by UNESCO. I would like to congratulate all the political, administrative, and traditional leaders who worked tirelessly for the success of this long-awaited tripartite meeting. Their commitment demonstrates that unity, dialogue, and cooperation are the essential countries and further strengthen regional cooperation within our sub-region. May we, through this collective effort, contribute to the living transmissions of our heritage to future generations and to its influence on the international stage. Thank you.
In his address, the Secretary General of the Premature Naguib Abdullah Kamil recalled that Madqa Afar represent a decisive step toward its international recognition. Detail in this report.
أهلي باروي نبارك جبوتي كلمة ما أهلي باروك هذوي حفر باروي ويسا بريزيدنتي أول عربة قدك أحسن.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor and immense pride to me and the delegations I am leading to participate in this conference dedicated to Afar customary law, the Mad'a, and its inscriptions on UNESCO's representative list on the intangible cultural heritage of humanity. This process, already underway, still requires constructive dialogue and tripartite consensus to reach a concrete, concerted, and fully shared conclusion. Allow me to express my sincere gratitude to the Ethiopian government and through it to the authorities of the Afar regional state for the warm, fraternal, and exemplary welcomes extended to us since our arrivals in Samra. The process of inscribing Afar Mad'a with UNESCO was launched in 2023 at the initiative and under the strong leadership of His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, President of the Republic of Djibouti. Since then, numerous meetings and consultations have been organized at the national and regional levels to reach a consensus on the substance and form of the proposal, given that the Afar legal system is practiced by the Afar community of Djibouti, Ethiopia, and Eritrea. It seemed essential to involve all stakeholders. This inclusive approach is key to the legitimacy and success of our initiative. The first conference dedicated to the Mad'a was held in Tajura on the sidelines of the second edition of the Regional Cultural Festival in 2024. Since then, an extension towards of consultations, awareness raisings, and information session has been conducted in the interior regions to meet with traditional leaders and administrative officials. It is in this spirit of dialogue and consultation that we traveled to Samra at the kind invitations of the local authorities in my capacity of chairman of the technical committee for supervision and coordination of the Afar customary law. I reiterate today my call for unity, respect for Afar customary law, a true pillar of our society, and concerted and coordinated action to achieve its international recognition. This recognition must be based on respect for good neighborliness, the strengthening of regional cooperation, and the preservation of peace and stability, essential values for our region. I am deeply pleased to this meeting is taking place and remain confident and optimistic about its success.
In turn, the Minister of Environment and Sustainable Development, Mohammed Abdul Qadir Musa Helem, made a speech for this occasion. Let us follow his statement.
Afar Mad'a is not merely a body of customary rules, it is the expression of social philosophy deeply rooted in respect for human dignity, community balance, and harmony with nature. It testifies to a constant commitment to the preservation and protection of the environment. Flora and fauna are respected and protected with the same considerations as human life and fundamental rights. This harmonized and normative legal system is integrated the rights of women and men, guarantees individual and collective freedom and recognizes public rights as an inseparable element of the social order. It thus embodies a balanced vision of justice founded on equity, responsibility, and solidarity. It is within this spirit of dialogue, mutual respect, and shared responsibility that we undertook this trip to Samara at the kind invitations of the local authorities today and make a solemn appeal for unity, respect for our customary law, a true pillar of our society, and for the concerted and coordinated actions to achieve its international recognition. This recognition must be based on respect for good neighborliness, strengthening regional cooperation and the preservation of peace and stability, cardinal values for our regions. I am deeply pleased that this meeting is taking place and remain confident and resolutely optimistic about this success.
And now the speech of the Sultan of the regional state of Afar, Ali Mirah Ahmed, also made a speech. Let's watch and follow for his statements.
Highness Ali Mirah Ahmed Ali Mirah. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor and immense pride for me to address the distinguished assembly at the official launch of the conference debate dedicated to Mad'a Afar, which is being held here today at the Hanfar Ali Mirah Conference Center in Samara. Allow me first to extend a welcome to the Djiboutian delegation led by Mr. Naguib Abdallah Kamil, President of the Technical Committee for the Supervision and Coordination of the Afar legal systems for its inscriptions on the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage List. I also acknowledge the distinguished presence of the Afar Sultan, traditional chief and dignitaries, as well as the historian, cultural professionals, writers, and intellectual gathered for this important meeting. Your large and committed presence testifies to the firm determinations of the Afar people of Djibouti, Ethiopia, and Eritrea to make their voice heard as a united people proud of their history and their rich and diverse cultures founded on a harmonized legal code, better known as Afar. It is our moral and civic duty to each contribute to this shared endeavor and to work together, hand in hand, in concert towards the international recognition of our customary law by international institutions, particularly UNESCO. It is our responsibility and indeed our honor to act with respect, rigor, and determination. We share a common goal and a common denominator, a linguistic, cultural, geographical, historical, and legal identity that unites us beyond borders. This is why I strongly emphasize the importance of unity.
In turn, the Ethiopian Minister of Culture, Nafisa Al Mahdi, on this solemn occasion, said that and recalled that Afar tradition and culture are by no means recent. They have a deep roots threatening back to every emergence of Afar people, she concluded and said. Let's follow for more for her speeches.
For distinguished assembly, I wish to emphasize that Afar traditions and cultures are by no means recent. They are rooted in the depths of centuries dating back to the very emergence of the Afar people and have traversed the ages, undergoing significant evolution without ever losing their essence and authenticity. The Mad'a Afar constitute the most accomplished expressions of this living heritage. It represents customary law, which forms the fundamental pillar of Afar society, commonly referred to as Afarre. This ancestral normative system is based on principles and equity and collective responsibility. It guarantees the rights of everyone without distinctions of sex, tribal, and ethnic origin. All living things. Afar society must solidly organize.
And now let's come back to the National News 2026 Press Prize Ceremony. Media Excellence celebrates in Djibouti. The Union of Francophonie Press of Djibouti held the official 2026 Press Prize Ceremony today at Sheraton Hotel, marking the 10th edition of this award, which has become over the years a major event in the national media landscape. The event took place in the presence of the Minister of Communication in charge of Post and Telecommunication, Rodwan Abdullahi, and the Ambassador of People's Republic of China to Djibouti, as well as numerous media professionals, institutional partners, and distinguished guests. Created a decade ago by UPF Djibouti, the Press Prize aims to recognize exemplary professional careers, encourage journalistic excellence, and foster healthy competition within the Djiboutian media Since its inception, this prize has become a symbol of recognition for the women and men who work daily to inform, educate, and connect citizens. The 2026 edition honor for professionals from different segments of media sector reflecting diversity and the press profession, radio host and producer, television journalist, print journalists, and behind the scene technicians were thus recognized for their commitment, professional rigor, and lasting contribution to the national media landscape. This year, the awareness producer of Somali language, Khadar Gedi, and works at Djibouti, journalist of Somali section radio television of Djibouti, Wadour Ismail Hassan, the radio television of Djibouti journalist written was Al Qarni Ibrahim Khaire, and beyond the presentation of a word, this ceremony provides an opportunity for discussion and reflection on the current challenges facing the media sector in a context marked by technological change and evolving information practice. In turn, the Chinese ambassador to Djibouti commended the UPF's commitment to supporting the development of press in Djibouti. On this occasion, heartfelt thanks were extended to the partners who have supported the organization of this award for several years, including the Ministry of Communication, the Embassy of the People's Republic of China, Djibouti, as well as all the institutional and private partners who contribute to the success of this 10th edition, he concluded. In turn, taking the floor, the Minister of Telecommunication, Mr. Rudwan Abdullahi, reviewed the history of the press award, recalling the progress made since the first edition. The Minister highlighted the consistency of the UPF Djibouti in its mission to support the media and promote training and defend the fundamental principle of journalism. Beyond the presentation award, the reflection on the current challenges facing the media sector in a context through this initiative, said the Minister, the Union of Francophonie Press of Djibouti reaffirmed its commitment to continue promoting a professional, credible, and engaged press serving the public and the development of the Republic of Djibouti, conclude the Minister. Djibouti City Council officially and unanimously endorsed the candidacy of the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, the mayor for this year for the presidential election scheduled for April 2026. The official ceremony took place in the prestigious setting of People's Palace under the patronage of Qasim Harun Ali, Minister Delegate for Decentralization, and under the auspice of the Mayor of Djibouti City, Saeed Daoud Mohammed, in the presence of high-ranking civil and political authorities. The event of significant symbolic and institutional importance brought together a large and distinguished audience, including members of the government, local elected official, representative of neighborhood council, community leaders, and members of the public who came to express their deep commitment to institutional stability, the continuity of public action, and the strategic vision championed by the head of state.
Mama,
Al-Hadi Abu Ahmed Taha delivered a speech on this occasion expressing his pride and honor in participating in the event, emphasizing that it was a national moment embodied with feelings of pride, gratitude, and responsibility. He stated, "It is an honor for me to address you on my own behalf and on behalf of the city hall. It's distinguished and entire Djiboutian people." He added that the extent of his warmest greeting to the President of the Republic, a symbol of stability, expressing everyone's profound gratitude for his wise leadership, which has made Djibouti a safe country and respect partners at the regional and international level. He also indicated that Djiboutian people welcome with great joy the announcement of the President's acceptance of his candidacy for the upcoming presidential election, affirming that everyone is moving forward with him with determination to continue the march of construction and development. In his speech, the Minister of Decentralization said it is with a profound sense of responsibility and pride that I speak today in this hall of the Republic People's Palace on the occasion of this solemn ceremony dedicated to the official and unanimous support of uh, the support of Djibouti City Council for the candidacy of the President of the Republic in April 2026 presidential election. This collective commitment expressed by the local elected official, neighborhood council, community leaders, and citizens testify to our people's deep attachment to institutional stability, the continuity of the public action, and the strategy vision championed by the head of the state. Under the enlightened leadership of the President of the Republic, decentralization has made significant progress, strengthening local governance, citizens' participation, and balanced development of our territory. Today, this a surge of popular mobilization constitutes a strong signal in favor of continuing this reform and strengthening our local democracy, conclude the minister. As part of its ongoing awareness raising activities and guidance program, the Ministry of Islamic Affairs and Muslims Affairs, the meeting they organized a religious conference at Doha Mosque located in District 7. This meeting was led by Sheikh Abdurrahman Mohammed, known as the President of High Fatwa Committee of High Islamic Council, as well as Sheikh Abdullahi Yusuf, a prominent Islamic scholar from Federal Republic of Somalia. The rich, in-depth intervention generate great interest and strong interaction from the audience. In his speech, Sheikh Abdurrahman Mohammed explained the best way to welcome the holy month of Ramadan, emphasizing the true preparation, which is based on renewing sincere intention, repentance, purifying the heart from and organizing time between religious obligation and daily activities. For his part, Sheikh Abdullah Yusuf devoted part of his address to recalling the historical hostility toward Islamic and Muslims, highlighting several key stages of this intellectual and religious conflict. For the international scene, new Israeli escalation in the West Bank, a wave of the Arab and international condemnation. A statement released by the Office of Israel Finance Minister, prominent for right figure, sparked widespread controversy after he declared that the Israeli government will continue to bury the idea of a Palestinian state. This statement came a day after the Israeli security combined proved extensive measure aimed at strengthening Israelis' power in the occupied West Bank. This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful evening.